Ladies and gentlemen, we're just getting the show started, man. Y'all come on in, have a seat. Enjoy yourself. We got a special guest in the building. Got that deli roll in the background. Great producer, man. Y'all check her out. This is In Tune with T-Mill, man. Welcome. This is another Sunday. You will now be encouraged and entertained. Nothing will change until you change something. We are here to change the status quo one more time. We got a special guest in the building. We're going to start it off right now with some good music from Andriana right here on In Tune with T-Mill. We'll be right back.
3 clicks and poof, but that won't do.
Where are you headed? It's the essence of the way you said it. I've been hustling for a long time now, but that don't mean a thing. If I'm hustling for everyone else, no time to grind for me. I'm rising up, can't bring me down. Only my thoughts that stalk the ground. I found my way up and around. Look out, sunshine. I'm rising up. Strutting stilettos.
3 clicks and poof, but that won't do.
These streets to ghetto. If I'm trying to change the world, they gotta start with me. You can look up and one day you'll say the song was just for me. I'm rising up. I drink my tea. Ain't no one stop the plan for me. Manifest beyond what I see. Look out, sunshine. I'm rising up. I'm rising up like elevators. I've been rising on my haters. Been my own motivator. Now I'm flying. See, I am working on what is my greater. Dreaming past the cloud. Sharper than a razor. Wonder who raised up, making my mark. And you can't erase up. Cause I'm just now pulling up on the scene. Know you see me out here living the dream. It's okay to celebrate a queen. When you see her doing her thing and everything I'm manifesting, best believe won't be deceived by your deceit. I will retrieve what's meant for me. I will achieve. Be low with me, but
Paradox Radio, we'll get started for the show. Y'all make sure y'all share the stream. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Special guest DJ Cee O is in the building. Shout out to Andriana. Yeah. Paradox East Radio, paradoxeast.org. Welcome to the show, you guys. I've got a very special guest in the building. He's right here. You guys see him. We are located right now at a this is our first time on location. So not my first time visiting, but our first time on location. They allowed us to come post up for a Sunday afternoon at Greenlight Cafe in Meridianville, Alabama, 11041 Highway 231 in Huntsville and Meridianville. You guys pull up Greenlight Cafe where you can relax, recharge, and repeat. Do it over and over and over again. Like, that's a great recipe, man. So come shout out and come show some love. Go on your social media and shout out Greenlight Cafe. My guest today, he is a maverick of the music industry, a lifelong student of the art of the turntables. From the basketball court to the softball field to the parties and clubs.
See, you really know me, bro.
He's the player.
You went
He's
from
the coach.
Basketball to softball to the clubs, man.
He's the audience. He's the owner. His accountability to the arts allows him to avoid the trap and temptation of telling himself, my shit don't stink. Man. And I don't need to listen to anyone. He studies the music and how it affects people. He scores life moments with history and arts and activists and everyday people in the community. Some DJs play music. They press play, next, stop, volume up, volume down, etc., etc. And that's okay. That's okay. This guy is a musical mechanic, surgeon, samurai chef with the music. He serves the listener an experience, an escape they'll never forget. One of the biggest advocates for music professionals around the world, especially independent. He gives more to the game than he takes. Your prescription for feeling something in the music, your chef to the party to deliver the celebration. Ladies and gentlemen, this DJ saved your life and you ain't even know it. Please welcome DJ Cee O.
Wow, the best. That was the best.
Hey,
I've
man.
been introduced a few times, but that was literally 1A, right? And I'm glad we got to record it because I'm gonna go rip it down later and I'm gonna use that in my mixes. Right. Yo, appreciate the kind words.
Hey, man,
brother.
it's
Appreciate
all
that,
true, man. I tell people all the time when I do these intros, it makes it easy when I find great people and it just works out. It's all facts. I'm just reading from your bios, from your life. Man, so Cee O, thank you again for being here. This is just your first time here in Green Light Cafe. You worked a couple times with Marquise Green. I've seen you guys rock out. So how you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing good. I'm doing good, brother. I ain't complaining at all. It's not going to help if I did, but you know, creatively, man, I'm excited, man. It's a great time to live in Huntsville. You know what I'm saying?
Man, look, the amphitheater going up,
man.
All these venues. Have you been to the amphitheater? Cause they're doing like walkthroughs.
I
now.
haven't done the walkthrough tour. Hopefully I'll get that invitation.
Holla at them people. No, don't wait for it. Just holler like, yo, I'm gonna be there Thursday.
And I got my folks that I can holler at.
You know what I'm saying? Make sure I got a Wu-Tang hard hat. I'll be there Thursday.
I'm there. But I've definitely been seeing the tours, and I drove over there about a month ago. And what I started telling people is, you don't understand the sheer size of this thing. Yes. I was like, this is a big one.
8,000 capacity.
Is that what the capacity is?
8,000.
So, unfortunately, with some people, they're like, "Oh yeah, amphitheater. I know we got one in some other cities," and I'm like, "It's bigger than that." And a lot of people don't understand that it's more than just an amphitheater.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to, like, not say too much. But I'm like, there's a lot of things. It's gonna,
there's a lot of things.
You'll be probably going there, to hang out, eat dinner, stuff like that. And then if you want to see the show, you know what I'm saying. But that's still the crazy thing is, to me, that's just one small aspect of what's happening in the city. You know what I'm saying? Especially for artists, musicians, and stuff like that. So on that end, like I said, I'm just really, really, really like motivated, excited. You know what I'm saying? To trying to get some things done. I always say, bro, we could live in a city where it's going the other direction. We lost industries and it's rough and all that. And it's literally going for the last 15 years. In a
Speaking of which, direction, the DJs, I don't know, man, and you can speak to this more than I can.
We eating, dog.
The DJs are going up, man. Thank you to you guys, man. Like, what has that felt like? And am I crazy, or the last 5 years, especially the last 2 years, there's just been this something in the water with DJs?
You're not crazy. I call them the young G's have decided that they wanted to hang out, you know what I'm saying, and allow the old cats to hang out with them. But over the last few years, we've had a nice chance to exchange knowledge to the point where, I have a couple of them at the crib and we practice. Like we really, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we
not
really
the game.
not
Practice.
the game. No, we ain't talking about. And they starting to realize you got to kill it in practice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we've had a lot of young guys, get into DJing, and for some of them, they still in their first 2, 3, 4, 5 years. So a lot of stuff is new, and I started to hear from a lot of them. We talking about things. They go, "Yeah, I'm self-taught. And I'm like you ain't had nobody that
Right,
like,
right.
Nah. I'm like, for real. And then I have to remember, like, yo, see, you was lucky. You got with Sam Smite and DJ Blue and Frank Nitty and y'all had y'all crew at Merle. And there's really a lot of others, Merle and a few others that had years of experience. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what you're seeing. We're getting back to meeting up with each other. We're actually practicing, but now you're able to raise the whole skill level. Because what's happening with Mixed Madness, shout out to DJ, your boy is, now other DJs are seeing the difference, and they're like, "Oh, how'd you know how to?" And then we get a chance to, again, transfer that knowledge. So,
and I've seen, shout out to DJ Danye West and DJ Primetime 256, and I've seen a couple guys over there in the DJ Cee O gym.
Right, working out, working out. Yep,
man. So I feel like you've told me this story before, but it feels like the older I get, I forget. Where does the name Cee O come from?
it was just it's actually my friend's dad. He used to call me Co. And sometimes they would just offer Corey. Just black. So you're gonna shorten the name. It's 4 letters, but we still gonna shorten it. And they used to call me Co or Cool Co. And then every once in a while it was Cee O. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'll never forget the conversation. Samurai was like, "So what's your DJ name gonna be?" Because I was practicing every day.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. And I was like, keep it simple, idiot. I was like, Cee O. And come to find out, even that can be hard because people are like, it's CEE. You're CEO? No, it's just so that's it, man. It's just a childhood nickname, really.
Man, and you're from and I didn't know this before, going and I didn't know that this existed until I was, doing my research on you. You're from Amityville, New York,
Amityville,
Long Island.
The Amityville. People go, Amityville horror? Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
Man, what do you remember? Just some things you remember about growing up that may have stuck with you now, like things you seen and heard that stick with you right now.
Well, hip hop was new.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So De La Soul is from Amityville. Those guys are just a few years ahead of me. You know what I'm saying? But watching the impact that they had on hip hop, and they came from. Like we could put a hand on them. Like there was, we all cousins. Or my best friends, they used to hang out with I think like Mace's mom, the DJ Maceo, and my friend's mom, they were like best of friends. I remember his mom coming to Miss Lane's house, you know what I'm saying? But they were cousins. So every once in a while, before right when the album, the first one, 3 Feet High and Rising, was getting ready to break, like they would come around, they bring posters and stuff like that. This is on the block. And on the block, it was just like us and them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they dropped some stuff off. And I remember, I grew up Seventh-day Adventist. It was a Saturday they came. I was so mad. And my man came to my house. He was like, yo, they at the house and they got posters. And I was like, give me a poster, you know what I'm saying? And for years on my wall, I had these 2 De La Soul posters, you know what I mean? So growing up with hip hop, literally like, it's in your blood. So I always knew that I just wanted to have a part. You know what I'm saying? I was like, all right, I can't dance. So B-boying is out. I'm not the best lyricist, but I always wanted to know how to it was something.
You got some bars too, Cee O.
But not like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man.
But nowadays I'm like, well, if DJ Khaled could have an album, you know what I'm saying? and say nothing but on the whole album, but another one.
No, we need a Cee O album with narration.
Yo, here it's coming, bro. It's coming.
Nice,
but,
man.
Yeah, man. So that was growing up, man. Just want to be a part, and always wanted. I always knew I wanted to DJ too. So
wow, and then going left, like it's crazy to me that De La Soul is just now getting their masters.
Do you
think about how
you followed
young
the journey?
Yeah,
but like I was one of those people. Like I signed every petition. I cursed out Tommy Boy Records. They didn't know who I was. But you gonna give us our music? You know what I'm saying? But you talking about a group that, it's my favorite group. They're from my hometown. I can't stream none of their music. Nothing.
So for these artists now, and you're really big on knowledge and teaching and the generations and everything. To whereas now artists have a lot more control in a sense, and more options. And it's just like, look at that contrast. Dude. Like from way back then till now. And these are guys that 20, 30 years in the game.
It took them
that long. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Well, they never streamed. A lot of this music was out before streaming. Not a lot, but the first few albums, De La Soul is Dead, 3 Feet High and Rising, it was all prior to streaming. Most other artists, there's still a few that I don't know people realize they can't stream. Yeah. But they never made that transition because of the record label, beefing with the record label. You know what I'm saying? Well, the record label did not want to release it to stream. What happened.
Let me tell you guys this. You need to have somebody like a DJ Cee O in your corner at some point.
They could have dropped me off at the office. You know, I was ready to fight Tommy, whoever, Tommy and his boy. You know what I'm saying?
Because we're going to talk about, what you're advocating for the DJs as well. And we're going to talk about some of your music history. And then we're also going to get into rap radio. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Let's do it.
So we got DJ Cee O right here on In Tune with T-Mail, man. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to listen to some music. You guys share the stream. Drop your questions in the chat room. I keep looking at here like the camera's here. It's over here. So you guys drop your questions in the chat room. We'll be right back right here. This is King Kofi. Get home safe on In Tune with T-Mail.
12 standing with the gun. Do I fight or do I run? Never stay into the sun. Shot up there and asking if he with me. Tell the devil they can come and get me. If y'all before me, you can be against me. Tell the devil they can come and get me. It's been a thing, been a king. Ever since the 7th grade, I've been in touch with the enemy. All the things I never heard, all the learns I ever gleaned. Always held a smoking gun, my innocence I never seen. Most wanted, most flown. These are things in my inner dreams. Manifest what you profess. My confessions got inner meanings. Build a muscle with a backwards hustle. Ain't no concrete in these streams. Just some blessings and some lessons. Build an army, build a team. Freedom rings over all who control you. Replace that paycheck with your mind. Find gold, find gems. Don't let that money buy your time. Nothing better than a hidden pleasure. Like the real ones in the thighs. Find truth, find you. Those ain't always intertwined. Truth is these days, I'm laid back, I'm easy. Live life on a show reel, there's no replay. Never fold, never fake, never fear, that's just free game. Powers ain't in what they say, but what we say. That's what I mean, talk. Call it king talk. Rap. 12 standing with the gun. Do I fight or do I run? Never stay into the sun. Shot up there and ask him if he with me. Tell the devil they can come and get me. If y'all before me, you can be against me. Tell the devil they can come and get me.
Paradox East Radio, in tune with T-Mail, man. Shout out to Wade Hall.
Wow. Yo, we just had a whole music conversation. Yo, that's crazy.
Yes, sir. But yeah, man, and that's yeah, man, King Kofi, man, super dope. That is called
Shout
Get
out
Home
Kofi.
Safe. Man, so let's talk about, do you remember the first song you bought, or album, or single, or one of the first?
I've thought about that. I don't remember the very first one. I remember the one that meant, like, the one that I bought that I was like, I felt like I had gold in my hand.
What was that?
Ready to Die.
Wow.
Because back then, if I'm remembering correctly, you know, the music has release dates. Like, stuff comes out on what, Fridays?
Fridays, yep.
7 Day Adventist. I didn't care. Bro, like, we came home from church. Yeah, I'm letting it out, Mom. And I remember my parents, they took a nap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we had a record store up the street, like, we're literally like 5-minute walk. Positive vibes. You know what I'm saying? Reggae spot. They sold everything. And I remember I went in there and got that Ready to Die. And I was just like,
man,
yo, this joint is crazy. You know what I'm saying? But the first one, I remember the first CD I bought.
Okay.
You know, switching from tapes to CDs.
Yeah.
It was Showbiz and AG.
Wow.
It was their Goodfellas album. And I bought the D&D Studios compilation album.
Oh, wow.
That was KRS-One and all the Duck Down artists.
Yeah,
They had a single called 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No, was that? I think so. And they had all the MCs on it. That joint was crazy. I remember that. Those were the first 2 CDs. Because I remember I was like, this is what we on now?
Yeah.
Like all my tapes, I had, you know, stacks and stacks of tapes off the radio, tapes I made. And I'm like, I can't just get rid of them. You know what I'm saying? Those are the first 2 CDs I bought.
And, so funny thing about Fridays is, everybody, of that era remembers everything was new on Friday. Yeah. And I used to work at James Records and Tapes was my second job. I was 14 years old.
Shout out.
And
spent a lot of hours in there.
He would try to, I guess in his attempt to over the competition, it's a mom and pop spot. He can't charge the same thing that Best Buy.
Right.
Everything else charged. And CDs was expensive as hell in there. But CDs. He would put it out on, so it came out on Friday, right? He would have it that Monday ready.
That the Monday of, like, Monday, but it was supposed to be out that Friday.
Yeah. So people would
come in. He'd be world famous in New York. He'd be world famous. Yo,
he always had a week early.
What?
So we would be leaving school early on
Shoot over
Monday
there,
and
get
going
that
over
new
there because
joint.
everybody knew. And they were like, hey, it's Monday.
Yeah.
James got about 11, 12 o'clock.
He gonna start letting them out.
Yeah.
That's how he had to
'Cause the
beat the
truck
big
would show
boys.
up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he would have them all done before Friday.
That,
So-
you know what else I remember? He would make those custom CDs for you if you asked.
Yep.
Yep. For like
Yep.
what, $10, $15, something like that.
And picture this, I had to clean every record in there.
Did
I had
you?
to get every record out the sleeve, clean it, and put it back in the sleeve. And I'd be looking at stuff. I'm like, y'all think album covers look crazy now? Sheesh, man, it has some crazy.
I don't know how they
album
got away
covers.
with it, but that 70s though. It was different.
Man. So one thing that you did is rap radio. You know, we were talking about Blog Talk Radio and talking about just your journey and just how you've always had this interest of talking to artists and having conversations, special guests, people that you meet, and there's so many guests that you've had on there from all around the world. So what's something that you remember? What was rap radio and maybe one of your most memorable moments?
So that was our first kind of venture into podcasting.
Mhm.
You know, you going back, I don't know, what is this, like 2000 and maybe 12, 13, something like that.
Mhm.
So it was all new, and it was actually just through the phone. That's all we could do.
Yeah.
But it gave me the ability to interview anybody anywhere.
Mhm.
And I remember one night I did a show with 3 MCs, and all 3 MCs were in Cali, but one was in Compton, one was in Sacramento, and one was in like San Francisco.
Mhm.
And I just remember thinking like, bro, everything is different now.
Yeah.
Because I was like, now you got the power
You got
to talk to
all of them.
anybody, anywhere
Yeah.
about anything.
Yep.
And I didn't need a TV station, a radio station. I've always wanted a pirate radio station. Because growing up, those were the cool, like Babito and Stretch.
Just
They weren't
music.
pirated, but it felt that way because you could only get it if you finagled the dial a certain way because it was
Yeah.
college radio and it wasn't that strong. And you know what I'm saying? So you always had this feeling of they were supposed to be there, but maybe not.
A rebel.
And then everything
Yeah.
they did was underground.
Mhm.
This is before the artist blew. So,
Yeah.
so I always, even with the young DJs, I tell them like, yo, man, 50% of your job is introducing new music to the masses.
Wow.
Everybody can play music, but
Yeah.
can you introduce them and make them come up to the booth afterwards and go, yo, what song was that? I said, that's the other half of the job.
Yeah.
So that's what we're kind of working on now. But that's what I've loved when people be like, yo, what is that? And I'm like, you like that joint, right? You know what I'm saying? But that's the ability to, break music, man. That's what we're supposed to be doing.
So let's talk about now. What are some of your goals with the DJ landscape now, and breaking new music?
All right. So, big things. Like this is the big one. You know what I mean? But we had, a lot of people don't know, but we had a great record pool here, ran by an awesome individual in Ron White. And what happens is when somebody like that stops, if he hasn't raised anybody to be a successor, it's almost like there's such a gap in a hole. It's almost like it never happened. So what ended up happening was he stopped, and it was for a period actually when I stopped DJing as well. And he had these new DJs come in, and they have no concept of a record pool. They have no concept of artists coming, treating them like royalty, asking them to play their music. And then you have a group of DJs that also don't know what it's like. They're more likely to make their own music than they are to break somebody else, which is dope. Cause like now I'm looking at them like, all right, put me on to that.
Yeah.
That's what we need to be doing. You know what I'm saying? So you just had this void, and we are definitely filling that void. You know what I'm saying? And when I was sharing one of the DJs, as much as it's about music and meeting the artist, the education piece that came with it, because I always tell them I saw the first digital vinyl system. We all use a lot of turntables with the laptop.
Yeah,
it's called digital vinyl system. The first one I ever saw was at the record pool meeting in Birmingham.
Wow.
I never forget. CJ the Stickman brought it in. It was called Final Scratch, which ain't even around no more. Ain't been around for years. And he was like, yo, this is it. I'm looking at it going, it does what? And he's like, nah, you play the vinyl and it goes through here. And I'm like, bro, that's never going to work. I'm like, that's never going to. Look where we at now, right? I think it worked. But it was an education piece along with the networking, the way the DJs, we all knew each other from here to Montgomery.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? We knew the artists from here to Mobile. You know what I'm saying? We had relationships. And that's what I want to see that again. You know what I'm saying? I want us to start using that, breaking records. You know, I made a point in a group chat the other day, like, bro, we were signing artists 10, 12, 13 years ago.
Wow.
Artists out there were getting deals. You know what I'm saying? Six Trey got a deal, Jackie Chan got a deal. You know, there's a few other cats that had deals. They might not tell you because they ain't work out, but they had I know in like a span of like 4 years, I know somebody got signed like every year from like 2003 or 4 to like 2010.
Wow.
Like cats was getting little deals, you know, couple 100,000, Sony, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. But I was telling like, bro, when's the last time we broke an artist? You know what I'm saying? When's the last time we helped somebody get signed? Which always ends up in, you know, the DJ, you know what I'm saying? Being able to benefit, you know, in a lot of ways. So, you know, just trying to get back to that, bro.
And what do you think about so in the last, I'll say maybe 5 years, there's been a lot of artists in the Tennessee Valley, I feel like, being compensated, you know, and there's a higher awareness about it. Not everyone is, but there's a higher awareness, at least of it, or at least an effort on some part to compensate the artists for their performances and things like that. And we still got a long way to go. Trust me, it's not where it should be.
Right.
But can the same be said for DJs?
Absolutely. I mean, you know, again, you got a lot of young DJs and nobody's really talking to them and helping them out, you know, with some of those important steps. Hey, man, you do this, you look professional, you get this together, you blah, 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 blah. It's hard for them to figure out what they should be charging. But recently, you know, through just a lot of open conversation, you know, just being real. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, fellas, look, this is what I make when I'm over here. This is what I make when I'm over there. Like, how you doing?
Right.
They like, what? You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, bro, like, you doing your thing. You can really DJ. I'm like, everything is looking good. It's sounding good. I'm like, we need to talk about
knowing their value.
Yeah, knowing that value. So we've had those conversations. You know, and it's starting to pan out to the point where, you know, I'm telling them it's just a conversation with some of these folks.
For sure.
And they've started those conversations. They've had some positive responses.
Yeah.
So things are starting to change.
Nice.
But a lot of it is us coming together and us understanding, you know, as DJs, we're professional, skilled workers. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We're self-employed, we're contractors. So that has to be perceived and it has to be paid for a certain way. So it starts with, you know, the conversations. Now we're starting to meet once a month and it's going up. You know what I'm saying? It's going up. The skill level is going up. You know, these young guys, man. I always use this story. I was joking with Don Jr. like, hey man, I got 1,000 hits on one of my stories. He said, yeah, I got like 10,000. I said, what? But in my head, I'm going, you not charging people for that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, the fact that you got all these followers, I can use that as a seller. Like if I had that, and I'd be like, and if I post your flyer, it's gonna be, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, but I think a lot of times we run around, we do things that we just do them because we do them. Like it's just natural. But you know, when you're a professional, you know, there's a charge. Nothing is done for free. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, big shout out, man. Again, knowing your value and again, raising the stakes of DJs and letting people know that you guys really work.
Yeah.
And I think for a long time that conversation wasn't being had.
Right.
And it took that breaking the ice, you know, or as they say, breaking through the crust, you know.
And I gotta say this, shout out to your boy, because Mixed Madness played a huge role in that. You talking about somebody just doing and don't even realize. I'm like, I was telling you, but I was like, bro, you're huge. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I was like, the fact that we can now put y'all on stage, that raises the value. Because now you can say, no, it's DJs. We have our own show.
Yeah.
What do you mean? It's just DJs.
It's just DJs. Ain't
so
no
y'all ain't
acts.
got no.
Just DJs.
It's just DJs.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
And the people come out, they enjoy it. Matter of fact, they
line
more
is
than
across
enjoy
the street
it.
from University Drive.
It's on a Tuesday night, and we're packed over there at the camp. So, and shout out to camp too, man, for having us. So, but that's just a testament to I think where this city is going, not just the DJ scene. Because I think you can look at a few small things, and if those things are going a certain way, I think you'll see the entertainment industry as a whole in that city moving that way. So I think when you see the DJs doing well, there's a good chance the entertainment in that city is going to be doing well. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about. So, hey, man, shout out to the Yala Yande in the bakery with the treats. Pesque Dolce is in the building. She said, shout out. Proud of my cousin and all my peeps making moves, all types of moves, man. Appreciate it. Always a dope supporter. Cousin? You know what I mean? So let's get into some more music, and then we're going to get to the close of our show, man. I'm going to play some music from Rocky. She is super dope, man. We went to King Kofi, so now I got to give it to the ladies and let the ladies spit and get their shit off. You know what I mean?
Let them go.
So let's go. This is Rocky Yo-Yo on Paradox East Radio, in tune with T-Mill and our special guest, DJ Cee O.
Okay, what up, shut up. Who up, I'm up, you up, it's up, we up. Yo, and bring it back home. Okay, what up, shut up. Who up, I'm up, you up, it's up, we up. Yo, and bring it back home. Yeah, my name start with a. Why you wanna trip off tomorrow? Well, we can take a trip up to Mars. 5 times to them 10 bars. 5 times to them 10 laws. About to buzz a you for the breasted. You chicken all through traffic. Sporty, yoddy, outcast. C's on them who's good habits. Let them all know I speak magic. Super nigga dog with a superpower mama. Blowing like toot, bum. It's yours if you really like it. Tell your dad he gon' be a grandpa. Not to get his chin roll. It's a 10-piece for the lemon pepper. It's a sneeze, true pleasure. Got sauce meat, don't forget the crackers. Internet crazy, most of y'all hackers. High five smoke, make a nigga back up. Nigga back up. Answer what? This what y'all ask for. I said back up, nigga back up. Answer what? This what y'all ask for. Niggas want strippers, and bitches want niggas. I just want the clippers to make long figures. Yanking at the zipper. I feel it getting bigger. I know you wanna feel her. Yeah, you done hit a trigger. Okay, what up, shut up. Who up, I'm up, you up, it's up, we up. Yo, and bring it back home. Okay, what up, shut up. Who up, you up, we up. Yo, and bring it back home.
Hey, this is Paradox East Radio. That is Rocky Yo-Yo right here on Paradox East Radio, in tune with T-Mill. Man, again, my special guest, DJ Cee O. We're talking about DJing. We're talking about the art of the music. What is DJ Cee O's goal? Like, what is your? This is what. You know what I mean?
For what though? I got a lot. I got personal goals. I got industry goals. I got today's goals. I got this month's goals. Like, which one?
Goals? In a couple hours.
This is one of them. Like, make it there on time, Cee O.
Well, your DJ goal, like your one of your, you know what I mean? Like something like the not the end all be all, but one of those things where you're like, I've got to get this done.
Yeah, we as a city, as a DJ that works with DJs, I want us to get an artist to platinum and Grammy nominated status. That's what I want. Dope. And I want the direct correlation to be back to the DJs in Huntsville, because that the process of doing that, it's gonna change a lot. But once you get that artist or 2 artists or 3 artists,
yeah,
it changes everything. It changes everything for the city. It changes everything for us. Yeah.
So with one thing, I'll say this, like with DJs, and we were talking about practice earlier, and I forgot to ask this, but with artists, I think there has to be some sort of uncomfortable practice. You know what I mean? Like where it almost hurts, you know, or you're getting tired of it, or something that's unfamiliar. Because you know how like you can go to the gym for people that's been in the gym 3 years and they're doing the same routine. Right. And it's like, are you really gaining anything by doing the same routine?
Not if it doesn't hurt.
You know what I'm saying? Like you've passed that now. You gotta go
to
the next level
to get to that growth.
So with artists, I think that, you know, a lot of us get comfortable where we're at, and maybe we're practicing and maybe we're doing this and that, but there's no, all right, let me get to this next level. Right. And you've done that because you went from, again, DJing, learning how to put the record on, learning how to press play, learning how to turn it on, learning how to, you know, get all this going. And then there's the techniques. Like, how did you study, or what was the time that you put in to study all those, like literally, and I didn't notice, but now there's an alphabet for DJs. Like every scratch has a name. It has
an
origin.
It has an origin. It has a variation.
Yeah.
You could do the flare, but then there's 4 or 5 different flare variations. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't.
That's
crazy. You got to dig a little bit.
And then they're like, yeah, this is the European flare. It's like,
yeah.
I didn't know it's in a different language.
I'm like, no, they made that last week because I know this one been around for a while. You know what I'm saying?
But how did you do that? How did you put that time in?
So Sam Smite, who at the time was DJ Samurai, was a battle DJ. Like when I say was a battle, he is a battle DJ. That was his thing.
Shout out to Sam Smite.
So shout out to Samurai. You know what I'm saying? Out of Queens, but living here like me, came down for school. He when I started, he was actively battling. So he was going to what's called a DMCs, and he was battling and break landers, and he was battling, and I would go with him. So there's just like you work on techniques when you're on a piano, when they teach you to play the scale, and then you got to play this simple song, and then you learn. It was literally like that. And he would give me a technique, and he'd be like, go practice that. And I was just telling my young homie, Danye, I asked him, I said, he was at the crib, I think Thursday. And I was like, how long or how many hours daily do you think you need to put in for you to get to where you need to be? Like, what's a comfortable amount of time? He said 2 hours. That blew me away because I don't think most people would say that.
Wow.
I said, bro, that's excellent.
Yeah.
But I was like, when I started, now I said, granted, no kids. I don't even remember who I was dating at the time. Yes, I do. But I said, I would come home from work literally, and I would go from like 5 to 9. I had like these turntables, like, because I loved it, but then Sam would come over and he'd be like, do this, and I couldn't do it. So I'd do it until either the turntable gave out because we weren't on techniques then. I was on some Gemini 800s or something crazy like that would actually burn out on you. There were things he would give me. There was methods to the madness. You know what I'm saying? So
like wax on, wax off.
Literally. There's certain techniques that you do over and over, and it was built around making your hands light because we're still using vinyl. Couldn't make that needle jump. It was built around a few things. So I showed one of those exercises to Danye the other day, and you can always use a controller, but if you want to learn how to use vinyl, you got to learn how to use vinyl. Vinyl, you can use anything else, but to go from a controller to vinyl, it's a little bit different, and they all figure that out when they touch those turntables. So Samurai started me with that, hours a day, and then how it is. Do a few house parties here and there, a few college parties. I had to be reminded of how humble my system was when I got started. My brother told me the other day that I did a party with my Iowa stereo and a house speaker. Yeah, I didn't even remember that. He was like, you don't remember we took it over to this spot and you did? I said, I took my Iowa stereo somewhere.
Wow.
I was like, bro, I don't even remember that. He was like, in the house speaker, and we rocked out. I said, that's crazy.
Wow,
that's crazy. But
man, humble beginnings.
Humble beginnings, man.
It all makes sense, man.
20 some odd years ago,
man. So big shout out, man, to everything you guys have been doing. Like, you put up a post recently that reminded me just of how much music has been done in 2020, like in Huntsville, or 2021. I'm sorry, and just kind of like a timeline. And there's plenty on there that was just the summer for one, and then there was so much else that if you would have put everything in there, it would have been 4 hours long.
Right.
So obviously there's some that missed, but also what I noticed in there was a lot of events that you've curated, that you produced, or you hosted or touched in some way. And again, man, it's just like every year and this isn't your first year, you've always done these things, whether it be the bench warmers or the industry events or like all that.
Took it back with the bench warmer kid.
Yeah, man. I remember, man. You've always had, again, putting these events together and things like that. So with that being said, is there anything coming up that we can look forward to? You even had a basketball tournament. Like, hold on, let's get to the b-ball tournament.
So first of all, let me apologize, bro. I meant to call you and tell you about it. I did, but we literally, it was less than 30 days. You know what I mean? We had to push the date back because things weren't happening. Yeah. But when it started rolling, it was literally Lloyd G was like, yo, we ain't tell T Mill. I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the deal. As much as you saying about me, you know what I'm saying? This guy right here, yo, bro, very few people motivate me to be like, nah, you at least got to be on that level. You know what I'm saying? But yo, man, you are the guy that I would involve in anything. You the first person that should know about anything because you put everybody on. You let people know. Don't ask for nothing for it. Ask for nothing to do it. And it's like that with me and a lot of my, especially when they're community driven, like the Above the Smoke basketball, first annual basketball classic. Let me tell you something. First of all, it's a lot of the footage that I got to get out. But the level of basketball that was being played that day, like it literally blew. Like I thought we were just gonna watch some cats play basketball. When we came to find out that some of these guys were semi-pro and all this other stuff, and they play and knew each other. But bro, they got it in naturally. Shout out CP, Chris Pride from Lapone Nation. Did it for the community, volunteers, Mr. Sapp, they came out, helped us, free food, lunch for everybody, jump zone for the kids. DJ, your boy came through, kept the vibe live all day. Lloyd G hosted. And I can tell you this, everything that's supposed to happen at a basketball tournament happened. There's some stuff I'll tell you later.
All right.
Drunk auntie was out there screaming. And the refs is getting harassed. I'm like, yo, this is absolutely my whole zone right here.
Yes.
It's basketball. It's outdoors. It's music.
It felt good looking at
Shout
that,
out,
man.
Lady Lace performed. Little Reese performed. Tario performed. My man Kazalani performed. Cordell performed. It was a dope day. So we hoping that's a yearly thing. Man.
No. Not hoping. That will be a yearly thing. Don't say hope.
It is. We'll just say it is.
We'll see y'all next year.
We'll see y'all next year.
The first thing I thought about, I was like, man, we used to have Hoop It Up here with like We Up and everything like that, and the 3-on-3 tournaments, and seeing
we need to do that again
in
Huntsville just for us. 3-on-3.
Let's do it. So just to see that, man, it was beautiful. Everybody outside having a good time, the community, the awareness, the camaraderie and everything, and the fact that them guys was hooping.
They was, bro. I'm talking about this dude threw an alley-oop off the backboard to a cat. Like it's almost like whoa, where'd that come from? And then it just started, and we was like, oh,
and see, they don't get to do that all the time,
right?
Like not in the again in the gym aspect,
right?
Because they go to the gym and they do this, at the crib or whatever, but. On that level of, there's people watching. This is an event. Now I get to
and it's the outdoor tournament. This is what you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to it was so much trash.
And think about everything people have went through with COVID and all the challenges and everything. To see some love like that and people like all coming together, getting along. Think about what that does for a kid. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's young at that age that may see a photographer out there and goes, ooh, I want to be a shooter.
Right.
Or they see somebody hooping and they go, oh, man. Or they see a DJ and they go, I want to do that.
There was a lot
of
I'm saying?
It gets the kids out the house because they can be sitting there watching YouTube. Doing nothing.
Let me tell you, not the first time, but it was like maybe 2 weeks out from the event. We went over to the court just to look at some things and, clean this up. And the kids were like excited just to see us out there. They were like, y'all gonna do this? What y'all gonna do? And we're like, yeah, we're gonna do it. Let your friends know. What? Y'all gonna? And it was on and popping.
They've never seen them. Like we grew up seeing stuff like that. But this a whole
they had
different
never
generation.
Seen that. They seen some, some guys back there playing, but now it looks like something that you would see on TV. You got the banners up everywhere, and everybody got the uniforms looking good, the trophies out there. Switch TV is out there interviewing. Like it just had a whole feel to it. You know what I'm saying? My man in the back with the big smoker going. The food's on the way. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was dope, man. Shout out to everybody. It was a team effort, man. Huntsville Housing Authority, got to give them a shout. They came through with the support. They were out there.
Nice.
Like, bro, man, it was dope, man.
It goes to show again, everybody, when y'all have these ideas to do events, not to say that you don't need permission, but a lot of the planning and all this, it winds up falling apart and like it never happens. When people just get together and do it and start looking out for each other and do it, it happens, man.
That's the key, man.
Pesque Dolce says beats and brunch. I don't know what that is, but she says beats and brunch.
You know what it is. It's food and music. You know exactly what that is, and you're going to be there. You know what it is.
Yes. I definitely want to.
Yo, man. So, all right, let's speak it into existence, cousin. Since you on the live talking about it, we're going to do a beats and brunch coming soon. Treats provided by Chef Pesque.
Yeah,
of course, the playlist is going to be curated by yours truly. You know what I'm saying? So we don't have a location yet, but we don't need all of that. We're just going to set the date and we're going to make it happen. See, man. Pesque, you happy? We rocking before the end of the year, too. Let's go.
That's what I'm talking about, man. DJ Cee O again, man, thank you for being here. This wouldn't be this is not the first time, won't be the last. You always have a seat. This is your mic. Big shout out to Greenlight Cafe as well. Anytime you have anything going on, man, I tell you guys all the time that this is your mic. Come talk about whatever. It could be, it ain't even got to be music. It could just be whatever. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? I appreciate that invitation. I'm definitely going to use it.
Absolutely, because this is why we have these outlets, you know what I mean? Facts. So music outlets or media outlets and everything like that. And dare I forget that, man, you got a whole like photography conglomerate media company. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like talk about that real quick, man, because for people that need again, they're watching this and they're going, all right, I need to book him for this and whatever. But you also have that, so I want to talk about that real quick.
Word. So appreciate it. So what born out of the necessity of realizing that the old school way of doing things is over with, meaning that if you have an event, you need to document it, because that's gonna a help you promote for the next one, but B, we live in an age now where if you ain't got nothing in the digital space, it's almost like it didn't happen. Almost like people could talk about it was great all day, but you got to have something to show. You know what I'm saying? So born out of that, pretty much anything that you see me involved with, it should be documented at some point. But we do everything, man. We do weddings, birthdays, whatever you need done. We have photography and videography services, which also go along with seriously any type of event. You know what I'm saying? We'll get it in and get it for you. So.
Absolutely, man. So thank you. And also I want you guys to know DJ Cee O is a part of Paradox East Radio. So you guys will be seeing that roster come out soon to listen, to find out what times to tune in, to listen when you're in the car, when you're at home, wherever. You can check them out, Rocket City Radio. And also for more information, and I also want you guys to check out DJ. I was trying to make this way more difficult than what it had to be. DJCEO.com is where you can contact, check out his events, podcasts, playlists, all that good stuff. It's DJCEO.com, DJCEO.com, where you can check out and get in touch with him, man. Man, just thank you, bro.
Hey, bro, thank you for having me, man. Like you said, you kind of kicking off your thing again. Look, brother, I appreciate everything you do. Keep doing it. If you need anything, give me a holler. I'm here. But I can tell you this.
Yeah.
And I tell you, give you more to get over here.
Yeah.
We're going to be working a lot more together.
Yeah,
just letting you know.
I'm ready, coach.
All right, let's go, brother.
You know what I'm saying? Put me in the game.
Got you,
Paradox East Radio, paradoxeast.org. Make sure you guys please share the stream. If you like this and want to support it, you can hit us up on our Cash App. That is Paradox East on Cash App. We are this year, or next year rather, we are working on our own space to have a place where we can do this, to get those funds together and everything like that. So if you guys got $1, whatever, hit us up on the Cash App to donate for independent radio. The reason we do this is for independent artists, entrepreneurs around the world that become mainstream, but we're trying to level it out and balance it to make sure that, you got places you can go. You got plenty of places, but you need sometimes a little place where you can control the narrative and you've got a little more light shining on you and whatnot. You don't got to jump through a bunch of hoops and everything. Word. All right. So we're going to close out the show, man, with some local favorites right here. Wade Brown, Enrique One Time, right here on Paradox East Radio.
Yes, sir. That's my joint.
Well, I don't really know what the future holds. I was told just stick to the code and the truth gon' show. Just pace it slow. I hope me and all my niggas grow. I'm gon' pray for sure and go for the moments to lift my soul and get some dough. I don't really know what the future holds. I was told just stick to the code and the truth gon' show. Just pace it slow. I hope me and all my niggas grow. I'm gon' pray for sure and go for the moments to lift my soul and get some dough. It's scary around in flames. No blind out of times and strange. I cherish little shit so much now. Who'da thought the whole globe shut down? Due to COVID and black folks not going for shit from the boys in blue any further. They done got away with too many murders. Fuck the bitch made pig who had his hooves on George. You had your knee in his neck, a black foot's on yours. Black everything to the very moment I deceased. Extra dose of melatonin. There for those who try to sleep, keep snoozing and moving stupidly. You can see truth unraveling. Well, truthfully, some third pupils need some examining. Lord, please guide me when my vision gets blurry. No one like me, there's only one eye. I'm Nick Fury. That means I'm avenging against it. Rhyme whack as fuck, but no matter how bloody they get, left eye patch them up. Every line packs a linebacker rush, snatching back identity and pride, cause they pride that from us. The child looking down now. Him and my mama will be proud how the boy kicked knowledge with a roundhouse. I'ma sow these seeds in Mother Earth until a water break. If I ever lead a game, it's only for a water break. Recharge and step back in it. Praise God, feed my niggas, protect black women. Amen. I don't really know what the future holds. I was told just stick to the code and the truth gon' show. Just pace it slow. I hope me and all my niggas grow. I'm gon' pray for sure. Go for the moments to lift my soul and get some dough.
Enrique.
Sometimes I wonder, am I doing it right? Greatness don't happen overnight. I know we gon' shine on this side. So for now, I'll enjoy my ride. Dear Lord, you know what I'm here for. Am I winning this game of life? Cause I don't see no clear score. Do me a favor. As I maneuver, can you remove the madness? And Lord, while you was at it, send me a groovy savage. Queen is consumed in blackness that likes her music blasting. To be my fruit of passion, mixed with a spoon of ratchet. My bad, I'm random. You know sometimes I get too distracted. Blew some chances, but those moments I choose to view as practice. Pray I'm not moving backwards. I've been through moods of sadness, but lessons learned balance out your winning and losing average. If you fuck up, no excuses. Improve it through your habits. Ain't shit to make up with speeches. This ain't no beauty pageant.
You and the dude be passing the mood. If it's truth, you ask him. Maneuver your way to my room. I need you for true relaxing. You ran into a savage. You knew what you're doing with me. You wanna know if it's just me and only you. Well, indeed, cause I've been working way too hard for that pussy. I still a star for that pussy. I bought a bar for that pussy. Out of Oklahoma, drill that nigga Shannon Sharp for that pussy. I sell my car for that pussy. They want all parts for that pussy. I need all parts of that pussy. Dear Father God, if you hearing me, allow me to stay focused on situations that bring me peace. Head spinning like DVDs, but you can see these dreams of rapping in basements on BET. Can't you see that we do this shit with a purpose? You can't perpetrate my circle. Keep the hate over there and watch your words, cause they'll hurt you. I can't lie, dog, I'ma die for this shit. I'm talking pocket 96 with the bullet sprayed through the side of the whip, cause you never know when you go in this
is
game.
Unpredictable sometimes, but I'm in it for the long run. Thug it out until it's over now, over now. Fuck it, I might as well enjoy my ride. A brand new tide is gon' come. I'm 10 toes till it all plays out.
Stank it up. You can't miss what you can't measure. And overthinking won't bring peace. Well, if love's around, I know for sure. I know what's in store for me.